Today we're going over CCM8, Unit 1, Lesson 2, cubing a number. So if you see something like this, it's read as 4 cubed. The base is 4, the exponent is 3, and the power is all of it together. 4 cubed, or sometimes we say 4 to the third power. Vic number 1, to cube a number, multiply it by itself 3 times. Do not multiply it by 3. For example, we have 4 cubed, that means 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64, not 4 times 3, which is 12. There's a big difference between 12 and 64. So when you cube something, multiply the number by itself 3 times. If you want to envision a cube, and a cube is three-dimensional, it has 3 dimensions, length, width, and height. And if you calculated the volume of that cube, you would multiply each side length by itself 3 times. So in this case, 3 by 3 by 3 this cube would have a volume of 27 cubic units. Or this one here, 5 by 5 by 5, would have a volume of 125 cubic units. It's just how many, if we counted all the cubes that made up this shape, there would be 125 of them. It's a good idea to memorize cubes, perfect cubes. The easiest way to do that, in my opinion, is making a list. I would at least memorize, say, 1 through 7 or 1 through 8. Those will be the most common. So what we're doing when we cube a number, we just multiply it by itself 3 times. So 1 cubed is 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 3 cubed, 3 times 3 times 3, 27. And you get the idea. You know, and it's just nice to see how large these numbers can get the bigger we go. So 20 cubed is actually 8,000. 100 cubed is 1 million. I'll give you a second if you want to pause the video. You can copy this down on your paper. Lastly, what about negative numbers? You can cube negative numbers the same way we cube positive numbers, except it's just that number times itself. And remember, a negative times a negative is a positive, and then a positive times a negative is a negative. So if you look at the pattern here, we go with negative 2 cubed, that's negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which is actually negative 8. So it's the opposite of all of the positive numbers cubed. So take a look here, notice the pattern. And then I asked the question, could we model this with cubes? And the answer is no, because it's unrealistic to have negative measurements. So always think about that when you get into word problems with cubes. You're not really going to be working with negatives. All right, hope you learned something.